What is up, everybody, and welcome back to Macho Movie Madness.
Ooh, yeah.
I am Brandon, and alongside me always is Chris and Andrew.
Hello.
Hey.
And today we're going to be discussing something that Andrew's been on our case about for a good while. The infamous Summer of 82.
Yes. Literally every movie you've ever liked came out in the summer of 82. 50 Shades of Grey, summer of 82.
Yeah.
Jurassic Park,
Summer of 82. Yeah.
Not really, but they might as well have been.
Yeah. Singing in the Rain.
Yeah.
Footloose.
Yeah.
Phantom of the Opera. All of them.
Clueless.
Clueless. Yeah, they're all there. All the hits, all the greatest hits. They sound like an infomercial. They're all there. Call this number now. So, man, there's like a shit ton of them.
Dude.
I mean, a shit ton of movies.
He was just showing me Rambo. I think Rambo actually came out that October.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
so wouldn't consider it a summer. Well, even still, yeah, there's a lot of movies in 82. Not including the summer.
God. Dude,
the summer
so
was stacked.
many.
Yeah, summer was stacked though. Which was Rambo? Rambo was summer? Or was it fall?
Rocky 3 was summer.
Rocky 3 was summer.
Rambo. Wasn't Rambo in there?
Yeah, it was in the fall.
Okay. Yeah. No, yeah, summer of 82, we had Blade Runner, The Thing, Poltergeist, Fast Times at Ridgemont High. What else was there? There was like
Tron.
Tron.
Conan the Barbarian.
Yeah, Star Trek, The Wrath of Khan.
The Road Warrior.
E.T.
E.T.
Yeah, a little movie called E.T.
Yeah, a little thing. Crazy little thing called E.T. There's a shit ton of movies.
Yes.
Now, I'll have an unpopular opinion. I don't like half of them.
What?
Or I feel like half of them were, I respect them for what they were. I don't like them though that much.
I agree. I agree with most of your statements.
You know what I mean? Like
I do.
I like E.T.
Yeah, let's talk about E.T.
Let's talk about E.T. for a second. I think E.T. is... I don't want to just sit here and trash E.T. because I recognize the fact that E.T. is a classic. It is a special movie. It was a special movie at a very special time. I mean, for the time, it was very, very good.
I was gonna say it's way ahead of its time.
Way ahead of its time. Everybody was great in it. I mean, you got a star, child star, Drew Barrymore.
Yeah,
was in it.
Who?
Which was,
Who's
I mean,
that?
she's on cocaine at the time. I think already.
Already.
I think she was hooked on cocaine at the time already at 5 or whatever it was.
Coke and hookers.
Coke and hookers. And that Alien D. No, that's too much. Sorry. Too much.
Touch too much.
No, but anyway, I have to say that it doesn't hold up well for me. I just don't like E.T.
I never did.
I never really did growing up. I watched it when I was young. I never did.
I can understand, and I don't know. You might be able to attest to this because you're quite a bit older than us. Like
I thought you were going to say
I prefer seasoned.
Like 20 years or something.
Yeah. He's gonna be like 55 this year.
Anyway,
he was 25 when he went and watched E.T. in theater.
Yeah. Insults aside,
yeah,
you might be able to attest to this, but I honestly think that if I would have seen E.T. new, like when I was little, there was never not an E.T.
Right.
Yeah.
So I think if I would have seen E.T. for the first time, like later on, like if I was 5 years old and I seen E.T. for the first time and there was nothing else like it before,
right,
it would have blew my socks off.
Right.
Probably.
But since I was born in 88, so like it was out for a long time.
Yeah, it was already on TV and stuff. But.
Yeah. So there was always an E.T.
It kind of holds. I agree with you guys on the one thing I got out of E.T. was it was like the first movie that told me the government was bad.
Oh yeah, and I like that.
Put that in my head. But I do have kind of a special bond with it. It was the first movie I ever saw in the theater.
Actually, the other night, me and Brandon were talking about what we were going to do, and I told him I thought you had said that this was the first movie you'd ever seen.
I have an aunt that's like less than 10 years older than me, and she wanted to go see it, and I was like 3. Yeah. So that'll actually tell you how old I actually am if you do the math.
Yeah,
but
56.
56. I'm about to phone home.
If you're bad with math.
If you're bad, man, let me help you out here. 102.
Anyway, I think it has a special bond for me, like for that reason. I remember sitting there. I actually remember being 3 years old and sitting there in the scene where he's like screaming, like in the woods or it's been a long time since I saw it, or the shed or whatever. That scared me. It was.
It's our new 3D podcast. Whoa! Anyway,
so yeah, if that didn't scare me bad enough, my next movie in the theater was Terminator. So there.
Oh hell yeah!
But yeah, it's kind of dated and cheesy in parts, and
very
a little
much
too saccharine for.
Yeah. If Drew Barrymore would have just laid off that fucking cocaine, probably could have been better.
No, I think as a kid movie, I think it is a very good kid movie. Mm-hmm. I think it's for its time. I think it's way ahead of its time.
It's kind of like one of those movies.
I also think the cinematography of it is
good.
Probably one of the best.
It's good. Yeah, it's really good.
That there was.
I think it's one of those movies right up there with the Goonies that while it may be overrated to most, I think it's one of those perfect nostalgia movies. Like, oh, I watched that as a kid and it was amazing.
Yeah.
I think that's exactly the same thing for me. Like, and every kid, I think every kid or every parent should show their kid these movies. Show them E.T., show them Goonies, show them stuff like that. There's a lot of parents showing their kids Hocus Pocus and stuff like that. Show them It. It. Show them
any kind of kid.
Yeah. Show them Halloween.
Anything to do with kids.
The Exorcist.
Yeah.
The Exorcist is good. Yeah, Linda Blair, awesome child actor.
Kids love that crucifix scene.
Going in,
your kids will love it.
Going into another little kid movie.
You may not be ready for it yet, but your kids will love it.
Another kid movie that came out in '82 was Poltergeist.
Yeah, Poltergeist.
Yeah, that's a kid movie.
Never heard of it.
Yeah. What's that? What's that? Poltergeist? Never heard of it.
Poltergeist?
Poltergeist?
You know what? Every time I think...
is that a new one?
Every time I think of Poltergeist, I always think of Scary Movie 2.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Because it's like...
Well, see, I always think of the Family Guy episode.
I don't know if I remember.
There was a Family Guy episode that was
pretty much
the premise.
Okay.
Yeah. Stewie got sucked into the TV, and
I think I do remember that.
And they found out that the portal out of the poltergeist thing was Meg's butt.
The polter hole.
Yeah, the portal hole.
The portal hole.
Yeah, and so then Peter had to go. He went into the TV, grabbed Stewie, and then came out Meg's butt.
Yeah, that's good. Good quality
and
TV.
He was
good quality family TV.
He was digging a pool by hand and found an Indian skull. Like it had a headdress and
still
everything.
Had a headdress. Yeah. I was dogging on Poltergeist pretty heavy earlier this week because it's been like 15 or so years since I've seen it. Probably maybe better. And I remember my correct terminology was it's garbage.
Yeah, I was trying to tell him otherwise.
Yeah, Poltergeist is garbage. No, I like Poltergeist. Nah, it's fucking garbage. Stop it. Stop it. And I'm not going to apologize, but I will say that I watched it again here recently. I watched it again the other day, right after I said it was garbage. And I will take back what I said. It's not garbage. It ain't amazing.
No,
but it's actually not garbage. It's not what I remembered.
No.
So I mean, I think I was able to appreciate it a little bit more. I mean, obviously, wasn't that scary and the effects. I don't know. There's certain things about it that seem. It's a very good blend of. It's a very good blend of something you would see in a kids movie.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, like a Ghostbusters. I mean, it's not a kids movie, but you know what I mean, like a comedy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or a family film. Mixed in with a few horror things.
Yeah, if Ghostbusters and The Exorcist had a baby,
yeah,
that's kind of what Poltergeist is.
Yeah, just with not as explicit scenes. There's a couple scenes in Poltergeist though that when he was ripping his face off, up in the mirror, I mean that was pretty intense for because the whole movie just never feels like a horror movie until a couple scenes happen and you're like, what the fuck, and then it flips right back to kind of being a. I don't know, you know what I mean? It's just one of those.
It slowly builds like the scene where in the kitchen with the table and the chairs, and stuff. There's just little subtle hints here and there before it all just breaks loose on you.
Yeah.
That's what I like about it. I like the characters a lot in this. The two parents smoking weed in the bedroom.
Yeah, that was pretty fun. Well, I think, and I was telling you guys before we started, I think what changed me is as an adult hearing the dialogue and getting to know the characters again.
Yeah,
changes my mind a little bit on what the movie is about, or how the movie feels.
Yeah,
because it's easy to fall in love with the characters and to be like what's the guy's name? Played his coach.
I can't.
He's the main guy. He's the dad.
Hayden something.
Yeah, I can't remember his real name. Damn it! But anyway, I feel I like everybody in this movie. Yeah. There's not one person
even a weird
in the family
medium lady.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I've seen her in another movie, and I can't think of the name of it now. She was she's 80s movies, but a little short thing with a weird voice. Scary. She's pretty creepy herself.
Man, what was she in?
It's a witch movie.
It was another witch movie.
It was like a witch movie, was it Teen Witch?
No.
With that redheaded chick?
Surely not.
It's like Teen Witch or something. I don't know. We can't talk about that movie on this podcast.
Don't even know what you're talking about.
Yeah, sure, Andrew. I think she's on that movie. Anyway, all the characters are very likable. The acting's very well, is done very well, and I think the dialogue's very well. And I like the mom. Man, the mom, the chick who played the mom, it was excellent in the movie. Even the little girl was good.
Yeah.
In most of her scenes.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I will not say that I'm wrong. I'll just say that I have reevaluated the situation, and I'm changing my tune, and it's okay that I can do that.
Well, I didn't say it was garbage, but
you agreed.
Yeah, but not.
You didn't say the garbage word.
Yeah, I don't think it's garbage. I just don't like it.
Yeah.
There's a big difference.
Yeah.
I don't like any Ghost.
I think this is one of those movies I could watch every few years.
Ghost.
Yeah.
I can watch a movie like this every few years and be fine with it. It's not one of those that I can watch multiple times.
Yeah.
Over and over again.
It's
not that great.
How busy a guy was Steven Spielberg in 1980?
Oh my God.
I read somewhere that he was like bicycling between this set and E.T. at the same time.
Probably was.
That's stupid.
I'd say.
Stretching himself too thin.
Yeah.
Well, he did that shit all the way up to the 90s.
I know.
He was even executive producer on crazy shit. Yeah. Didn't he help on Twister and all kinds of shit too?
Yeah.
He did. He did Back to the Future 2 years later.
Yeah, he helped on a lot of stuff, even stuff that he didn't put his name on. He still helped.
Helped on all kinds of shit. Yeah, it's crazy. He's tied to pretty much every fucking thing. That you like.
Yeah.
I think we talked about that in another podcast.
Yeah, pretty much.
But anyway, Poltergeist.
Worth a watch.
Worth a watch. It's worth a watch. If you haven't watched it, or if you haven't watched it in a long time, go back and watch it.
Yeah.
Do
it with your pants off so the ghost won't attack
you. Yeah. Make sure you whip your dick out.
Clowns won't strangle you.
Yeah. Uncle Ray.
Yeah.
Uncle Ray. Come to Uncle Ray.
Yeah.
Oh, no. I keep going back to scary. The whole time I was watching, I was thinking, holy shit, everything's like that doll, that clown doll looked exactly like the one.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, they did a good job on Scary Movie.
Scary Movie, yeah. They really did. Anyway, moving on from Poltergeist.
Ray's got a present for you.
Well, Uncle Ray's got it, yeah. What do you guys want to move on to?
We talked about a couple of movies we so like. Let's talk about something we really like.
Which one?
Doesn't matter to me.
I say The Thing.
The Thing?
That's my favorite.
The Thing?
The Thing is my... As much as it pains me to say it, because there are two movies from 1982 that I think, like, in my personal guilty pleasures, I guess you would call it, are, like, way, way up there for me. Like, way up there. Both of them star Sly Sylvester Stallone. But The Thing...
has the best actor in the world.
Has the best actor in the world in it. And Milton, what's his name?
Oh, Wilford Brimley.
Wilford Brimley.
Yeah. Has enough of diabetes.
Yeah.
Yeah, diabetes.
Now, I do think The Thing is probably top 5 scary movies of all time for me.
Yeah. It's right there.
Yeah.
I even like the
I really don't know if I agree, but I can't argue because it's so amazing.
Yeah, because it is good.
Like I just don't know if it's the top 5 scariest for me, but it's fucking amazing.
The setting,
sure.
the setting, the acting, the plot, the story, everything is
it's incredible. It's
incredible.
Well, the whole like you don't know who the fuck you're dealing with and who you're around
still
is
after it's
and
over,
you're
after
in
the
snowy,
movie is over, you still don't know.
Still
I
don't.
like that.
Yeah, and you're alone. You're like in a fucking coldest part of the world.
Yep.
And I mean the most isolated part of the world.
Yep.
The darkest part of the world. Like that's scary.
Yeah.
Like that's in itself is scary.
That's something that wasn't in the original thing from the 1950s that Carpenter and probably I don't know who wrote the script to this, but that's one thing they got right.
For sure.
Totally surpasses the original.
For sure.
But yeah, we talked about this a little bit on Carpenter, but we thought it was worth revisiting
Later.
because
It's always worth talking about Carpenter over and over and over again.
I think The Thing kind of deserves its own show, to be honest. I mean, it'll be hard to talk about one movie for an hour, but man, it'd be.
I thought you meant like it needs its own TV series.
Oh yeah, it does. It does. I enjoyed the prelude or whatever,
The prequel.
Yeah, the prequel.
To a point.
The pre-requel.
I did enjoy it. I thought it was fairly good
No.
for what it was. I didn't go into it
Pre-sequel.
with like super high expectations, and I think that helped me a lot.
Yeah.
Because I went
did.
into it thinking it was going to be garbage, and I was just like, no, they should have fucking left it alone. And then I finally watched it, and I was like, it's pretty fun, pretty good. I liked it. I mean, I don't know. It's whatever. I like it.
Whatever.
I mean, I think I've said this on our show like 800 billion times, but I like it whenever movies continue exactly where they left off. And I feel the same way about prequels. If it ends exactly where the original picks up, I like that.
Yeah.
So,
favorite scene from The Thing.
ooh. I think after watching it as much as I have, I think the very last scene,
Where the lights are going out.
Yeah. just because it kind of means the world,
Yeah.
really, to me, as like, because I like that. I think my favorite part of The Thing is that you don't know
Yeah.
who the Thing is.
Yeah. It's still probably one of them.
Yeah.
My favorite scene, it's just a little scene. It's where the dog comes in and they do this long tracking shot on the dog, and he walks and he like pauses in the hallway. You can't. How do you teach an animal to pause and then keep going? And like bumps somebody under the table and they just keep following him. That's a really cool shot.
Yeah.
I don't know how.
Wonder how long it took him to do.
Craziness.
It took him how many takes?
Yeah. I
haven't watched any like documentaries or anything on it.
The dogs in both those movies are kind of the unsung heroes because they all did really good.
Yeah, and that dog especially because it's carrying, it's the host for this thing. It looks especially creepy in those scenes. It's just,
did a really good job.
standoffish.
But I don't. Yeah, that's pretty much all I got to say.
Well, if you guys are done, then we're going to talk about Wrath of Khan.
Oh God. Wrong.
Khan!
This is
Tron!
this is a Star Wars. This is a Star Wars table, all right.
Yeah.
Don't be bringing up them
Star Trek.
Don't be bringing up
The
that
only
track.
thing that
Star
I could
Trek.
say that's good out of that come from Star Trek was William Shatner and Captain Kirk, and not because of him, but because that face gave us a Michael Myers mask for Halloween, and that's the only give a shit that's the only thing I give a shit about.
That and William Shatner's hair.
What?
Yeah, William Shatner's hair.
I mean, it was impressive, I guess.
Yeah.
I will say I've not watched any of the shows hardly or any of the movies, but I am thinking about giving The Next Generation a shot.
The look-see? Are you?
Yeah.
I watched it when I was a kid, and I don't know why I liked it.
I've never watched any Star Trek. I do know.
Oh, I've watched Star Trek.
Star Trek, the original TV show had the first interracial kiss on screen.
Mm-hmm. How progressive.
Yeah, very progressive.
E.T. Phone Home.
Yeah. What else?
Rocky 3, baby.
Well, I already went.
That's fine. We'll save
already
mine.
went
We'll
with
save
some.
mine
Okay.
for the end.
Was Rocky 3 in the fall, though, you said? Or was it summer?
No, it was the summer.
No,
It was
that was
summer,
summer.
okay.
It was Rambo First Blood.
Oh, okay, that's right. That was fall.
fall.
Yeah,
It
okay.
was September or sometime.
Thank you.
I understand Rocky is the better film of the two.
Yes.
This is of the franchise. This is my favorite film to watch
Really?
of the entire franchise.
Yes. The protagonist
Yes.
makes the movie.
Mm-hmm.
Really, dude. Like the workout montage where it keeps going back between the two of them is one of my favorite. If you want to call it, I would call it a sports film. It's my favorite scene from any sports movie. I know that's a pretty loaded saying, but really, it really is. I think I've watched this one more than any of the others, and I've watched the others a fuck ton.
Wow.
Yeah, this and one I've seen the most times.
Yeah. Sometime I'll have to show you my box set. It's at my mom and dad's. I got a box set with a Rocky. It's a big metal.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember what they're called. It's like a like you put a candle inside and it puts it on the wall, but it's him.
Oh, okay.
It's him on top of the stairs.
That's
really nice. Cool.
Yeah, and then underneath it is VHS tapes.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
That's fun.
Yeah.
Sylvester Stallone would be pleased.
Oh man, he would be. I got all the Rambos in a special box set.
Hell yeah.
Hey, yo.
Hey, yo,
Oh,
hey,
hey,
yo.
yo.
I got Fist on tape.
Oh, I gotta see that still.
Fist.
I seriously, okay, I know this doesn't have to do with 1982 movies, but Fist, I think, is one of the most underrated movies of all time. And I also think that's probably Sylvester Stallone's best performance as an actor.
Really?
Yeah, and that was like way early in his career, too.
Yeah.
I'll be damned.
It's beautifble, dude.
It's second to that porno he did.
Yeah.
Like, holding hands.
Yeah,
and
where he
dancing.
holds the hands and dances.
Dances back and forth.
Hey,
Yeah.
hey.
Hey, oh, hey. Hey, oh. Hey, yo.
I think Clubber Lang's the perfect foil for him, especially at the time it was topical with the A-Team and everything. He's the logical step from Apollo Creed.
Yeah.
Where if Apollo Creed is kind of a Corvette, he's a tank.
Yeah. Yeah.
I really enjoyed that character.
Well, and I loved how he just beat the shit out of him.
Yeah.
I mean, they always do. Everybody Rocky goes up against is going to beat the shit out of him.
Learn how to block, Rocky.
Yeah.
Yeah, damn
Yeah,
it.
no joke, man.
That's what he said, sports movie. I'm like, well, sort of. Somebody got hit in the face 30 times.
Yeah. Lopsided.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it used to happen. It did. That's how they used to box. They did. I mean, I watched the old ones. I used to watch old ones with my Uncle Pete. And those guys would take like 50 shots straight to the face and just keep going.
Wow.
It's just out of instinct, I think.
Yeah.
It's just
they're
crazy
like,
instinct.
"Oh, I gotta eat. If I don't win this, I'll eat rat again tonight."
Yeah.
You know?
Oh, shit.
That shit's crazy.
Andrew,
man.
let me ask you a question.
Okay.
Nope.
How do you feel about Fast Times at Ridgemont High?
It's a fun movie.
Okay. See, Chris is outnumbered here.
Hey, I never said it wasn't a fun movie. I've never said it wasn't.
I didn't like it.
I've always wanted to order a pizza from
class.
Well,
Yeah.
at least when I was in high school, I did.
Now,
Do it now.
One thing
Just
that
show
me and
up.
Chris can agree on is we absolutely fucking hate Sean Penn.
Oh, dude.
And almost every, this is my favorite role of his, and that's not saying much.
Gangster Squad, man. I don't know.
I like
Mystic-
Gangster Squad, but I don't even like him.
What
in
is
that.
it? Well, I like to hate him in Gangster Squad. I think that was a good choice.
I know. I see. He's like Jamie Foxx, man. I hate him so bad. I don't want him in movies.
I know.
I don't want him in
know
anything.
I don't hate
And now
him
he's
as much as
Spawn.
you guys, I guess.
Mystic River.
Nope.
I hate him.
Yeah.
He's not in it much, but I like the game with him and
Yeah.
Michael Douglas.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Man, how does he keep getting work? It's got to be this movie. It's got to be.
Now Jamie Foxx is fucking Spawn. Anyway.
Whoa, hold the press for real.
Wow. I'm done.
But
I'm done. I'm retired.
Todd McFarlane said that it's going to be like a non-speaking role.
Well, that is a bonus.
Yeah, that helps. That helps a lot.
Helps a little bit. Yeah, of course, the standout scene to me is obviously the Phoebe Cates scene.
Right.
I mean, the movie in stereo. Doom,
Y'all didn't hear me.
Doom, doom. What, you just untape it from your leg?
Yep.
Oh.
Jennifer Jason Leigh has a pretty racy scene too.
Hell
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, and that was before she became terrible looking.
Right.
Not long before she became terrible looking.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah, I like this movie quite a bit.
I do too. I think it's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I think it's a lot of fun. It wasn't quite as racy as Porky's, but it was still like there was a few back in the 80s.
Well, that's
that were
me and
pretty
Brandon had this conversation a while
last
back.
night or something, or the day before yesterday.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
I really just I don't like comedies unless they are trashy.
No.
I don't know why.
Because he's a trashy guy.
This one's kind of trashy.
Yeah.
though.
Well, kind of, but I'm talking
Judge Reinhold and the.
I'm talking
In the
like
bathroom
Step
jerking it.
Brothers, stuff like that.
By today's standards, I can
really
understand.
really dirty stuff.
I think
That's
by
what I
today's
like.
standards, the only thing that was super racy, like today's stuff, would be
The jerking off.
Well, I mean, I was going to say, I think Porky's would be the closest movie. Maybe
Yeah, I agree.
maybe Animal House.
Yeah.
Like it's National Lampoon's. It's pretty. I mean, it has its
It was
moments.
a little bit.
And that was 78.
I'd say definitely Porky's though.
Porky's
was
definitely. Porky's definitely.
Don't let me go first. There'll be nothing left.
Yeah. I don't know. I really enjoyed this. I think. The funny thing is I didn't even know Judge Reinhold from this movie first because we're younger. Like the movie I knew Judge Reinhold from was Santa Claus.
Yeah.
Oh, I knew Beverly Hills Cop.
Oh yeah, I guess.
I was gonna
yeah,
say Beverly Hills Cop.
Yeah, good point. See, I knew Santa Claus first.
He's my favorite character in Beverly Hills Cop.
Is he really?
Yeah.
And I always thought of Phoebe Cates from Gremlins, but not after seeing this.
No. Yeah, now it's just Fast Times Phoebe Cates.
Right.
Fast Phoebe Cates. Fast Phoebe.
Yeah.
I like it. I like the ringing. I like the sound of it.
We'll make it work.
We'll make it work. Anyway.
Hey, what else is there?
Well, do you guys want to talk about the Road Warrior?
We can a little bit.
You want to wait till we do a Mad Max?
I don't know. I mean, I feel like we should touch on it a little bit.
Take it away. Take it away.
There you go.
You like Judge Reinhold touch on it a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, just touch it. Just touch a little.
Road Warrior came out in 1982. There you go.
Yeah,
That's as far as we're going.
Mel Gibson's good.
I
Real
do.
good.
When I was younger, I used to love Road Warrior,
Mhm.
and I watch it still regularly, like once a year ish.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
I haven't watched it in years.
it's super dated.
Yeah.
super dated.
Yeah.
Like way more than most of the other movies.
What
that
do you think
that
is
we've
the
mentioned.
most? What do you think the movie holds up the most out of this list? That's not as dated.
Oh boy,
Oh, one we haven't talked about.
I think.
You-
Oh, you think so?
You think The Thing even less?
Oh, well, The Thing, yeah. I think they're 1A and 1B.
Okay.
I'm gonna blow your socks off right now because
Fast Times at Ridgemont High.
because I don't like it. E.T. I think E.T. holds up better than all of them.
Wow.
Like visually, I think so.
I'll smack the shit out.
I do. I think it had the. I think E.T. probably had some of the best effects, like practical. Obviously, your favorite one's going to have the better effects,
Right.
but I think E.T. had better practical.
I think Thing was better.
Well, I mean, I think the Thing was way more over the top and way scarier.
Yeah.
But E.T. was
I didn't
like
think
that motherfucker looked real, dude.
I didn't think that. I didn't think Poltergeist. I think that holds up okay. I don't think it's amazing.
Yeah.
The ghosts and some of the specters and stuff really remind me of like Ghostbusters, so it looks kind of weird. But there's other things that was all right.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think The Thing hands down is the best.
The only thing you could argue about The Thing is the creature. But at the same time, it's so stop motion-y looking.
Oh yeah,
and odd. It works in a scary
Yeah.
format like
Yeah,
that.
true.
Blade Runner probably.
I think, Blade Runner probably has, it's definitely the most striking.
Yeah.
It's the most, it's definitely more artsy
Yeah.
than any of the other ones.
Well, I wanna do a little bit more foreplay before we let Andrew go off on
Oh.
Blade Runner. I'm gonna get him all worked up. I want to get them worked up. Okay, so before we get into Blade Runner as our final, because I don't want to talk about any other one, because I don't give a shit about Star Trek.
Conan the Barbarian.
No,
Oh, yeah, Conan.
No, we weren't touched
Hey,
on
that was a big one.
I know it was. I know it was. We talked that about.
I think it kind of holds up too. Not jumping into
You think
it,
so?
but I think other than the snake scene with Thulsa Doom,
Yeah.
I think it kind of holds up.
Yeah.
I believe the costumes and everything.
Okay, so
I think Road Warrior is really the only one that doesn't hold up,
Yeah,
which is sad because I love Road Warrior. I love Gibson. So
yeah. It's
I don't care how crazy he is.
all right.
we'll just leave it. We'll save that one.
Save that one.
Did you hear that he's trying to do a second Passion of the Christ?
What?
Is this a testament we haven't heard from yet? Or?
I don't know. That's what I was wondering. Like, did he turn Mormon now? Or
Maybe it would be about like the Book of Acts or something. Or
Maybe, I don't know.
It'd be interesting. Okay, so we didn't do. Well, Tron wasn't a summer movie, was it?
Yeah.
Was it?
Yeah.
I don't like Tron. I don't like Tron.
I like Tron.
You like Tron?
I think
like
Tron. I think
Now,
Tron
Legacy was okay, but I didn't like it that much.
I would put Tron right there with Road Warrior as dated.
Oh yeah. Anytime you use technology like that,
Yeah.
Avatar years from now is going to look terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
true. I want to just run through this real quick before we get into. Actually, there's two things I want to do real quick before we get into Blade Runner. That'd be our finale. I just want to go through this, and the reason why I want to go through this is because I want to ask you guys a question afterwards. Okay, so including the summer movies, and we're going to include all movies of '82 here because there's I just want to run through them real quick because I want to like tell people how like what else released because it's a good year.
We're not racist. We're
say,
going to include all movies.
Yeah, we want to diversity.
If we're going to include it, I want to say Rambo: First Blood is one of the best action movies ever made in the history of mankind.
Yes.
Okay. Well, I'm just
and probably the saddest.
Yeah.
It's probably the realest and saddest.
We did talk about that
action movie.
I don't want to include them like as in talk about them necessarily.
48 hours is fucking hilarious.
Well, I was getting right. You're stealing my thunder. God damn it! God damn, you want to do this? I was going to run through a list of fucking movies.
I can. My bad.
No, this was a really good year. Other than Star Trek and The Thing, E.T., Blade Runner, shit like that. We had what? Sophie's Choice.
So Sophie's Choice won a bunch of awards. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sophie's Choice is like one of the biggest. Didn't it hold records?
I think so.
I think for a little while.
I've never seen it. This is a Macho movie podcast.
I've never seen it.
I hear it's supposed to be really good.
Poltergeist, Conan, Rocky 3. Okay, so the other ones we didn't cover was Officer and a Gentleman. 48 Hours is he's
Officer and a Gentleman is I think super overrated as a story.
Dark Crystal.
That's a good movie. Yeah.
Dark Crystal. Friday the 13th Part 3. Tootsie. I mean, people like Tootsie. I've
never seen it.
Really?
I will be honest.
Have you seen Cat People? Because that released in 1982.
Yeah, I think I did.
The Verdict. Best Little Whorehouse in Texas. The Beastmaster.
I like Beastmaster and I like Best Little Whorehouse in Texas. Yeah, it's funny.
Creep Show.
Okay.
Creep Show's pretty good.
Annie.
With Telly Savalas.
Yeah. 1980.
I mean what?
I mean what? Season of the Witch, or Halloween 3, if you will, or if you won't. Pink Floyd, The Wall. If you want to count that as a movie, because I mean I guess it is. But Amityville Horror 2, Gandhi, Victor Victoria. One of the most underrated sequels of all time, Grease 2. Airplane 2.
It's a nice movie for me to poop on. Airplane 2, I do like Airplane 2 just because it's super retarded.
Yeah. Swamp Thing.
Yeah.
Adrian
Death Wish 2.
Ooh.
Death Wish 2.
Wow.
Good stuff. Zapped. Silent Rage, which was a Chuck Norris movie that I haven't watched.
I have watched it.
You have watched it?
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Is it good?
C movie?
It's probably a canon film if it's got Chuck Norris in it.
I'm pretty sure it is.
These are notable movies. The rest I've never seen. Like The Toy. Didn't watch that.
Oh, with
Richard Pryor.
Yeah, Richard Pryor. It's worth a watch.
Is it worth watching?
Good.
I haven't watched it. Yeah, but it's pretty much.
Oh my God, The Man from Snowy River, dude.
Oh, did that was 82? I didn't see that on this list. Anyway,
Yeah, you guys
we
should
had
check out some of these movies.
this is a great year of movies. Now, I mean, okay, but do you think, like, I mean, I don't know. It seems like every year for there for a little while had really good movies. Like, like there's people who like to argue that the summer of '82 is like the best summer of movies, but like, you really believe so?
I'd have to see a list to compare.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah. 84 was really big too.
84 was huge. 83 was not bad.
93.
Videodrome.
Videodrome. Have you watched Videodrome?
No, I have not.
That you need to. That's a screwed up movie.
Yeah.
I like it.
I've seen a lot.
It's
of stuff
a little too fucked for me.
Okay.
I like it because it's totally on its own.
Yeah, but
out there.
I don't like.
Man, I don't know. 83 is pretty good. I mean, it kind
of makes me queasy just thinking.
Return of the Jedi was 83. Videodrome, Flashdance, Twilight Zone, Christine, Risky Business, Trading Places, Outsiders, Scarface, Psycho 2. Now this is not the summer. I don't know what the summer movies were exactly, so it might be.
Year.
Let's see if I can do. Let's see if I can find.
Let's
something.
just say the year.
Dead Zone, Jaws, 3D, Mr. Mom. Sudden Impact. Never Say Never Again, Octopussy, Sleepaway Camp.
Oh yeah.
Eddie and the Cruisers, Blue Thunder. Chris's favorite movie, Valley Girl.
Is there a hot chick on it?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Porky's 2.
Hell yeah.
The best sequel ever.
Hell yeah.
Let's see if I can find.
You know what? I think Porky's 2.
Isn't Jaws 3?
3D, Jaws 3D, yeah.
Porky's 2 was pretty fucking good.
Yeah.
I think.
Well, I mean, I guess we have to like look and see what the summer releases were, because if there wasn't much,
I say we go. You know what? I call for a new show right now.
Right, we restart it, just like or
no.
Okay.
I don't. No, I like the way this has went. I'm just saying. I think we need to do a new show like Versus.
Oh, okay.
Favorites from a year
where we do. We discuss the years.
I mean, okay.
That could.
Like, we could start...
This was a social experiment.
Yeah. We could start at, like...
1923 and work our way up.
Yeah.
Silent film.
I'll judge the shit out of them.
Oh, and National Lampoon's Vacation, too, was that year. Yeah. It was 83. 83 was a good year. I'm trying to find... if you're a big fan of Kroll, that was also in 83. War Games. All the Right Moves. Staying Alive. The Right Stuff, Terms of Endearment, Private School, Cujo. Did I say Cujo earlier? Probably Big Chill. Your least favorite Stephen King movie? I can't find summer.
Oh boy, he's had so much worse though.
Yeah, he has. I just didn't like what they did to it.
For reals.
Oh yeah. From the book.
Yeah.
I got you.
I still think 82 is way bigger.
So, okay, yeah. Okay, here it is. I think I found the summer ones. So yeah, Vacation, Octopussy, Blue Thunder, Jaws 3D, Superman 3, Risky Business, Staying Alive, Mr. Mom, War Games, Trading Places, and Return of the Jedi.
Well, that's pretty big.
I mean, it's pretty good. I don't know. I mean, it really just comes down to who you are.
I don't know if it'd be better, but it's big.
I mean,
like money-wise.
I think it depends on who you are. Because Blade Runner is a cult film. Really. So I think it really depends on. I mean, it's a big film, but it's more of a cult. I was
debating on if it's still a cult film, or not now.
I don't know if I think it still kind of is
with a sequel.
Yeah, well, the sequel it was good enough to get a sequel, but I mean the sequel's also kind of there too, because the sequel didn't do amazing.
Right.
Yeah, true.
So I mean, it is definitely a cult thing.
True.
It doesn't mean that they're not good, obviously, but.
Well, I mean that there's a lot of.
But I mean, then
there's
you've got
a lot of movies.
But
like
you've got Poltergeist. Star Trek was big at the time.
They consider They Live a cult film.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Technically, Boondock Saints is a cult film.
I mean, a lot of things are a cult film.
Yeah.
I mean, by all standards, I mean, Halloween's a cult film. I mean, really.
Well, not the original. I wouldn't say the original.
I mean, it was for a little while.
Yeah. For like,
and then the second one's got its own following.
Years.
The third one's got its own following. Like, most of them have their own cult following behind it.
Well,
because it really just comes down to who you are.
That's different. Though.
Blade Runner is near a top 5 movie for me.
Yeah.
It may.
So you won't give any inches out of him. He ain't gonna give anything. Why don't you go ahead and talk about it? Tell us about it.
I love Harrison Ford's character of Rick Deckard. A lot of people think he's just disinterested. He is a broken man. If you want to believe he's a man, that's a bone of contention. Ridley Scott has got his cut where he's put dreams in his head and made it known that he thinks he's a replicant. I think, they said this on the documentary too. I think the answer is stupid. I think the question is awesome.
Yeah.
Is he or isn't he? But to come out and say, "Oh, he is or he isn't," this
shouldn't have been done.
Yeah, that's meddling.
Yeah,
but he's totally broken, hunting down these replicants. They long for humanity, and he has it. Yet what is he with it? He's
nothing.
Yeah, it takes him almost losing his life to appreciate what he has. And there's so many things, so many themes interwoven in the script. You watch it the first time, and I was guilty of this. I said, "Oh, what a pretty movie," but I really didn't like it the first time I watched it.
Right.
And then I watched it the second time, and I'm like, got it.
Mm-hmm.
I understand what they were trying to say.
Yeah.
Absolutely love the visuals, love the story. I like almost all the characters. Even, they're all pretty dry.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's why.
Well, it's futuristic.
Yeah, it may have. That's why it may have stayed a cult film. You don't have that one just over the top.
Yeah.
Character.
Right.
I like the bad guy.
Well, I think it's.
Oh yeah.
I think most of those films, though, any cult film, it usually takes 2 or 3 viewings or more to really understand or appreciate it the way it is. Understand what they were going for. I think and you'll see that trend in every movie. I think you see that trend in every cult film, for sure. And I mean, I'm guilty of it, just like everybody. But there are some films that deserve to not be ever touched or looked at again. But I do feel like there's a lot of films out there that people just toss away over nothing.
Oh yeah,
they toss away for nothing.
Not to steal your thunder or nothing, but a good story I got for this is my brother-in-law. He didn't watch Inglourious Bastards because at the first he had to read subtitles.
Yeah. Yeah.
So he turned it off.
Yeah.
I said, dude, that's like one of the at that time that was one of the best action movies that had came out in a while.
Yeah.
And we don't like Tarantino all the
No. I think that was probably his last good movie.
Probably.
Yeah, that's a tense scene.
Yeah.
It's really good.
Yeah, there's people.
But he turned it off, and I think that was the best part of the movie.
How about the people who don't even watch shit? Like there's people who weren't even interested in watching Batman v Superman, despite what critics say or what the division or whatever. They wouldn't even give it a chance because Batman and Superman were fighting. They just didn't like it. They didn't understand.
I just don't understand.
I don't understand why 2 good guys are fighting.
Why would
I don't get it.
Why would Batman and Superman be fighting each
other? We'll see.
That's
they
why,
don't.
That's why
they don't know each other.
The title doesn't say versus Batman v Superman.
Yeah.
That's I don't remember what it is now, but that's a foreign.
Well, the running.
That's a
title,
foreign thing, so it means
the running title was Batman versus, so they fucked that up in marketing.
Yeah.
But even still, people are like, I just don't understand that. When you say, well, they don't know each other yet in this universe. This is different. Oh, well, maybe I should check it out. Yeah, maybe you should fucking watch the movie first.
Yeah,
anyway,
but there's so many things like that, though.
Yeah, there's so many.
And like I know, my uncle really likes sci-fi stuff. He will not watch. He won't watch this movie.
Really?
Because it's so long.
Wow.
He seriously says that he can't sit.
It's really not that long.
I know.
I mean, compared to a lot of movies,
but it's long though. I mean, it is long.
Yeah, it is long. But I don't know. He says it's too long for him to sit through.
There's some times where I have less time, man. I when I look at the time and I see 94 minutes, I'm like, oh, yeah, that's nice.
Yeah,
that's nice.
Yeah.
Because I don't have much time.
Sometimes I really long for the day of like the 90s. Because in the 90s, every movie was 90 minutes.
Yeah, everything was 90 minutes long.
Except
for movie. Like a few.
Except for Lonesome Dove
Jurassic
and Legend
Park.
of the Falls. Jurassic Park was like 102 minutes.
It was like 2. It was like almost 2 hours.
Was
or
it
something.
really?
I think it's 2 hours.
Damn.
I think it just doesn't feel like it. Twister, I think, was almost 2 hours.
Legends of the Fall was like 4 fucking hours, wasn't it?
Yeah. Oh yeah. I was saying.
Christ.
Twister
was
was
two
like
tapes, wasn't it?
Twister was like 2, and it didn't even feel like it. Oh yeah, it was a lot. Titanic was like 17 hours.
Oh my, yeah.
You know.
Oh yeah.
So
Jesus Christ.
and it felt like felt like one. It was so good.
6 tape box set.
It was so fucking good and enthralling. I wanted Jack to draw me like one of his French girls.
God. Oh my God.
You're getting ready to talk about the bad guy in the movie.
Oh yeah.
Rutger Hauer playing Roy Batty.
Rutger Hauer's awesome and he's awesome in everything, man.
I think he's one of the best bad guys of any movie.
In this.
Really?
Especially the Hitcher.
I like the Hitcher. I like it a whole lot more than Sean Bean's the Hitcher.
Oh yeah.
But he added a lot to this character, the poetry and stuff. It was. I mean, I guess it's a fairly big role, but he put a lot of time.
Yeah.
The attention to detail in this. Edward James Olmos, who's been in everything, he created that whole language he was speaking to Deckard at like the noodle bar and stuff, just out of like 2 different languages.
Yeah.
For just a minor part. He's a cult figure in a lot of things too.
Yeah.
I could just pick a character from this movie and talk about him forever.
The attention to detail in the world they created was pretty impressive.
Have you guys?
I wish we had J.K. on here. He likes Blade Runner.
Yeah.
He would have been. You two would have got along when it comes to Blade Runner.
You guys wouldn't have been able to hijack this topic.
My God, everyone want to stop me from fucking trying. I sense a challenge.
But anyway, do you guys know which version of this movie you've seen? Because there's like 4 or 5.
I'm assuming that I've only seen the original, and I've only seen the theatrical, and then whatever was on. Is it Netflix or Amazon? One of the streaming services that I have.
Yeah. I'd only ever seen the final cut, which was Ridley's with the dream sequence with the unicorn and stuff.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought, I probably won't like the theatrical because it's got voiceover. They wanted to dumb it down for the people. And
I needed that.
At the end, they kind of ride off into the sunset. And I thought, I won't like that. And then I watched it. I bought a set that's got like all 5 versions. It's not bad.
Yeah.
I totally expected not to like it, and that end doesn't jar it for me. And they're driving off into outtakes of The Shining.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
But anyway,
which is creepy when you think about it.
Yeah.
Super creepy.
I love I love the art direction. I love everything about this movie.
Yeah.
So I could go on all night.
I see, I think it's kind of realistic to how the future might be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm sure they probably thought that back then too, though.
Right.
Well, back then they thought we were going to have flying cars.
Yeah. Well, I mean, everybody always thinks that.
I want it, damn it.
This is one of those movies, along with The Thing, and probably several others on the list, that was totally affected by another movie on this list, E.T.
Yeah.
Yeah.
People were going back to watch it 4 or 5 times and didn't give these movies a chance.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, it's summertime.
Yeah, and I don't understand.
Well, it's summertime, and E.T. is a very family-friendly movie.
Yeah, but still,
I
mean, I know it's a different environment than it was back then. Right now, but
it was.
I can't imagine going and watching E.T. over and over and over.
Well, I think it is. I think
not whenever you've got movies.
Well, I think we said it earlier. We see it now. We appreciate it now. We don't understand the hype around E.T. now because we've seen it and it's been there. It's always been there.
Yeah, it's always.
And it's
there.
not. It wasn't there before. Yeah. It's like anybody. How many fucking people probably went and watched Star Wars the very first time it come out? How many times did you watch that?
Yeah. Well, and back then they stayed in theaters a lot.
Oh yeah. Well, and you couldn't get them on. You can't get them on video until sometime in the 80s. You couldn't get stuff on video.
So my dad went and watched Star Wars.
I mean, you had to wait. You had to wait till they come to your theater again or played on syndication.
You know what my dad said about Star Wars? Dumb.
Yeah. That right there is the kind of people we're dealing with. Like that's the ones that like.
Yep. Hey, he went and watched it in the theater.
Yeah, that's one of the.
He's like, But you got to think like he only enjoys a movie if it's got John Wayne in it.
Yeah.
If it doesn't, then he's like, I'll give it a chance, but it's probably gonna suck.
Yeah.
I'll enjoy this movie. To hell I will.
Yeah.
I'll be the fucking judge of that.
I dare you to try and.
Hey, you want to go watch Star Wars? It's like a John Wayne movie, but in space. Has it got John Wayne in it?
Oh, dude,
no, I ain't watching it.
I told him that one time and it pissed him off.
Really?
Yeah, because I was like, Star Wars is just a Western, but it's in space. You're fucking stupid.
Oh, shit.
It's nothing.
It can't be Western in space,
not,
you dumb motherfucker.
Exactly. He's like, it can't be a Western.
For that matter, Blade Runner is. He's going down shooting bad guys.
I think it is.
That's a sci-fi movie, you dumb son of a bitch.
In a wasteland.
I think Blade Runner is the good, the bad, and the ugly. Yeah. Kind of.
Yeah.
Isn't it funny how the good movies always go back to just simple storytelling like the Western?
It's always a formula that they see, and it's funny how they always like get shit from like old spaghetti westerns or old Western stuff. Yeah. But I'm kind of got a love-hate thing with sci-fi. Like I really like elements of sci-fi, but I don't like full-on sci-fi movies most of the time. I think it depends on what it is.
I can understand that.
You know what I mean? I don't know why. I can
understand that.
I can't.
Because like I hate Star Trek.
Yeah. Oh, I can't stand Star Trek.
I'm not a Star Trek fan,
but I love Star Wars.
But I can watch. I'm a sci-fi fan, and I can watch just about any. I watch bad B movies. I watched Screamers the other night with Peter Weller. Yeah, it's not good, but it's sci-fi. Yeah. I enjoyed it.
I mean, what was that one movie that you let me borrow? It was the Alpha. It was on the flip side of Hell Comes to Frogtown.
Oh,
DEFCON 4.
DEFCON 4.
Oh, yeah. See, I didn't watch that.
I watched that whole thing all the way through.
I still haven't.
And it is hot garbage. It is Italian restaurant garbage on a 95-degree day. Yeah. It is hot garbage. And I watched the whole entire thing.
Yeah.
Man, when you think about sci-fi, I can handle... I don't know. There's only certain... I don't know why, either. Like, I don't know why... There's not a lot of difference between a lot of sci-fis that I love and hate. Does that make sense? I mean, like, Star Trek's not... It's different than Star Wars, but it's not that much different. I mean, it's fucking life in space. It's shit in space. I mean, there's differences there.
It is different, though.
But
they're on a deck most of the time.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's something... They're
just sitting there like this.
Yeah. There's just different sci-fi elements that I really... There's different sci-fi elements that I really, really enjoy, and... Yeah. I mean, I don't even know why I like Fifth Element. I think it must be the characters because I normally don't like
it's a bright world
shit
too.
Like that.
I was gonna say,
I mean,
the only sci-fi movie I can think of that would compare to Blade Runner would be Fifth Element, and not it's not they're not similar, but just in setting.
I think anything very futuristic shown too is very sci-fi. So like Demolition Man, I like elements of that. I like Back to the Future. I like elements of sci-fi in that. Terminator, I like the elements of sci-fi in that.
For that matter, you could call Jurassic Park a sci-fi.
It is. It really is, though. It's a part sci-fi.
Oh, I was hoping it's a documentary. But I love dinosaurs.
Yeah, I really want them to be alive.
I love dinosaurs. I want to be eaten by a dinosaur.
Well, you guys need to go watch Jurassic. You need to watch Jurassic World 2 so we can talk about it too. By the way.
Yeah, I know.
Do they have any dinosaurs with biceps in this one?
Yes. There's one on roids.
By God.
It's got a huge fucking weightlifting problem.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Roid
rage like you wouldn't believe.
They need to get one. They need to get one like that and have it voiced by Arnold. And when it goes to scream, it just.
Is he eating? Then he eats somebody. Anyway, any final statements? You want to talk about Blade Runner some more? Or?
No, I could gush on it all night. So go see it if you haven't.
We'll gush on it another night. We'll talk about it again. We'll probably throw it into a versus someday.
Yeah, give it a chance. Yeah, it against its sequel would be really good.
Okay,
so I really enjoyed the sequel. I don't know which one. I know which one I like more, but it's close.
Okay,
really,
we'll do that. We'll have to do that. All right. Any closing statements?
Watch all these movies.
Yeah,
even the bad ones.
Yeah. Grease 2, baby. Grease is the word.
It's summertime. Get out there and watch movies because you never know when you're having a summer like this one.
Yeah.
A lot of these went under the radar.
I'll tell you what, there wasn't a good summer this summer. We had a better spring.
Oh, my God.
We had a better spring than the summer. That's been kind of the case here recently. It's just we don't have blockbuster summers anymore.
No.
I don't feel like we do.
Not really. It's all It all seems to be in the wintertime.
Everybody's taking advantage of that Christmas time shit now.
Yep.
Star Wars really changed that shit, didn't they?
They did.
They really turned stuff around.
Yeah.
Spring and summer, man. April, May, and December.
Yeah.
Come get you some.
I don't know. I think every movie on this list is worth watching.
I tell you what, man. What this list definitely does for me is make me miss summer blockbuster movies. It makes me wish that. I mean, Jurassic World 2 was good, but I mean, you don't have a stacked movie lineup this summer that I can.
Well, Venom's going to come out soon.
Well, that's in October.
The only one I'm anxiously waiting for is the new Ant-Man.
Yeah.
It's like, I'll go.
Well,
watch it.
it came out, didn't it?
No, it's like
the premiere.
It's July. It's next week or whatever.
Yeah.
And then you have Incredibles 2 and shit that we've been waiting 15 years on, and
I wasn't. Am I the only one that's our age that doesn't give a shit about Incredibles?
No, I don't either.
I
don't either. I watched everyone talked
like
up the
everybody that's me and Brandon's age is like, oh my god, I've waited so long for this. It's the best thing that's ever happened to cinema.
I watched it much later on.
I don't fucking care.
I watched it much later on, and I was like, oh yeah, it's good, but it's whatever. I don't need to see another one.
When see what gets me, okay. And how long are we going?
Go ahead.
Okay.
Go ahead. We got very little time.
Okay, so what gets me is
final statements, Chris.
When Incredibles came out, everybody that was our age apparently watched Incredibles and loved it.
Apparently.
At that time, I was watching Chappelle's Show.
I know.
And like grown-up shit.
Well, I won't say grown-up shit, but depends on what I was watching Chappelle's
pornos.
Show. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I was watching
bootleg
pornos.
Pirates of the Caribbean stuff.
Yeah.
Pirates.
Yeah.
Pirates. Andrew, Pirates. Period.
I've not seen it, apparently.
No, you have not.
It is a pornographic movie.
It's a mediocre pornographic movie. Shit.
Our local movie proprietor accidentally ordered it.
He thought it was the Caribbean one.
He thought it was Pirates of the Caribbean, and he got a softcore porno movie in.
Yeah.
And
he ain't getting the second one with it too.
I guarantee I rented it 20 times.
Yeah, well, I'm sure you did.
I guarantee it.
I rented it, but I didn't have to. I didn't have to like go and pay money for it because I worked there at the time. So.
I bet I wore it out, man.
Yeah. That was what was wrong with it.
Yeah. Oh, pirate!
Chris got to it first.
This is a good story, guys.
Yeah. This is really underrated.
This is a good movie. Where's that ghost at?
Yeah. Fucking ghost.
I'll tell you what. Come at me.
Yeah.
You come at me. I'll sling this.
Pirates versus Pirates 2.
Oh my God.
Pirates versus Pirates of the Caribbean.
Oh yeah, Pirates all day.
Dude, that'd be the surprise of everyone's life on YouTube, wouldn't it?
Oh my God.
I'd have to censor the shit out of it.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it'd be terrible. That wouldn't even be fun.
That'd be hard to explain that you had to watch. Like
that wouldn't be the only thing that was hard.
For study,
research
purposes.
Yeah. Yeah, this is just. People were talking about how goofy it was. I just want to see for myself. This is what it was.
Like your wife walks in and you're like, it's for research purposes.
Yeah. The Ace Ventura. Oh!
yeah. It'd be a hard one to.
Yeah.
It'd be a hard one to get by with.
Yeah, I bet it would.
Even though it'd be legitimate.
Anyway,
we talked about porno for way too long.
Summer of '82 porno.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that'll do it for us this time. The summer of '82. Good year.
Very good year.
Very good. It's a good year. I'm not really sure what to do with my hands now. Yeah, this is really good. It's really good.
I know one thing you won't want to do.
What?
Don't go into the light.